And hello, today wakasm plays Legacy of You. We are playing the third game in our campaign. We lost our last game, so we are at 1 win and 1 loss. And hello, I am wakasm, and yeah, I am a person who plays video games, plays board games on this channel. I'm going to be reviewing stuff soon. I've actually been prepping to review, so I'm kind of excited to get some reviews on the channel. Maybe that will boost some subscribers and eyeballs and whatnot. But yeah, I'm still doing my thing, playing very late at night after I put my kid to sleep while working full time. So yeah, this is mostly a hobby, but I did pass 300 subscribers recently, so that was a milestone that I was trying to get to. Now my goal is to get to 500 subscribers, because then I can start doing some interesting things with the live and subscription stuff. A lot of that stuff is blocked off until you get to 500 YouTube subscribers. So if you feel like you want to help, feel free to do so. A couple shout outs. I guess I gotta switch to do the shout outs. I do have a Patreon. I do have a couple patrons that have been very kind to support me for the past X months. And as always, I appreciate you. If you would like to support the channel, feel free to do so. You can get your name up here as an 8-bit fan, 16-bit ally, or 32-bit insider, which are the names I came up with, start with, I guess. Yeah, so let's get started with the campaign. Let's kind of talk about where we let off, where we left off, and how things are looking, and what we need to do. So first things first, we have these 2 cards out. This is a boon that we got from losing the last game. These are basically, when you win at the end of the game, you pull one of these cards, and when you lose, you pull one of these cards. Seems like these make the game harder. These make it easier, but I've only won 1 game and 1 lost 1 game, so you know, it is as new to me as it is to you if you're watching this. We also have this bad thing that we got to deal with. It's like a famine card where we have to feed our villagers. Basically, these are going to take some of our workers out of play, and they're going to go onto this card. We got rid of one of them last time, but now we have a second one to deal with. It's fish, then food, then wheat. We do get a shell as a reward on this one, so this one's not a complete negative, but you know, it's still only one shell, so we'll see how critical that is. This card's really good. I think if I would have had it last game, things would have went a lot different. It basically lets me ignore 1 damage from the barbarians that are, you know, trying to attack me every round, which frees up a lot of resources. So if I lose with that today, I'm going to feel really bad, but we'll see. It is very possible that I still lose. We've set up the game here. We have our river set up. We have our buildings reset. Everything's randomized based off of the rules. And then we have a hand of 10 villagers to start the game with, and then we're just going to get started and see how things go. We also destroyed the wall last game, and we now have a weaker wall in place, so we still got to deal with this wall situation up here. That's another persistent thing that's been carrying over between games, and so that's what we're dealing with right now. So we're going to start the game. As a reminder, this is what we're doing basically every round. What are we doing? We are harvesting, which is what we're going to do now. Then we're going to take our actions. We're going to return the barge, which I should probably get the barge and put it out. That would make sense. And then we're going to suffer our attacks, which that card that we got is going to help us with. And then we're going to refresh card row, which is something that, you know, we do every round. So yeah. All right. Maybe it's better on this side. I don't know. For those who have been watching the channel for a while, my cough is back. So I'm going to try very hard to pause every time I need to cough. So if you see a lot of weird pausing, it's probably because of that. But yeah, I don't know why it's back. It was gone for like a month, and now it's back again. So nothing I can do about that. All right, so first things first, we are going to start by gaining our resources. Maybe this is not the best side. All right, so again, just very quick reminder how the game works. Basically, during the harvest phase, we take everything that we have unlocked with this symbol, which is just basically this stuff down here. So we're basically just getting 4 worker cards, a laborer, 4 village cards, a laborer, a shell, and a food. Which again, these all have real names as provisions. These are cowy shells, but again, I tend to call them what hits my mind at the time. I don't know why. It's a fault that I have. So we're taking all this, and then we're going to take our few cards that we need to take, and we will see what we get. So we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's switch to our hand view so we can see a little bit better. So one thing we want to tackle as soon as we possibly can is, I probably should have talked about it, is we want to get rid of this card. That's very important for us to get rid of it. So we're probably going to end up losing villagers earlier on, because lumber is kind of hard to deal with as like a first guy who comes out, unless we get a card that we can trade in to get lumber. So we're probably going to take some damage, but luckily we can prevent 1 every round, so it won't be as bad as it normally would be. But we do want to try to rush to get 2 blue workers, or 2 blue and a yellow, which again are archers and spearmen, I think. So that's something that we're going to be trying to do. So let's look at our hand first and see what we might be able to tuck away for future harvests. So already I can tell this is going to be, I got to get used to the angles again. I keep moving things and then my muscle memory goes away. I'm used to doing this, and all right, so now it's here. Perfect. All right, so I tend to like starting with this tucked under, but we also are given the option of getting a worker, and a worker might be super helpful in this particular situation, because we might be able to potentially rush and get additional workers somehow. Maybe we can quickly unlock this space and then get like a blue, yellow or something. Unfortunately, none of the resources that we're getting here are the colors that actually help us rush through that, so that's going to be kind of an issue. But yeah, I'm kind of in a tough position. Do I want to get a worker every turn? I could go early and just get spearmen and start working towards it this way, but then that means that all spearmen, and I'm gonna have an unlimited amount of spearmen, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with them all. So it really comes down to, I could tuck this, and that would take care of our lumber issue very early on. But then down later in the game, we might have, I don't know, this might be actually not horrible start, because this will start giving us our lumber towards being able to unlock more buildings early on. I don't know. All of this is, I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is. Probably I'm going to go with my gut and get one of these two. Maybe we just get the worker early this game and just try it out. I haven't really tried a worker early game. I almost always do this. So yeah, let's just try it. So that's what we're going to do. I'm convincing myself that this is what I want to do here. All right, so we are going to tuck this guy under here. And now every round we're going to get a worker. If I regret that decision, we'll find out. We'll figure it out together. And then we're going to place a worker here to get a food, because I don't think I have a use for a worker otherwise. And then I think I'm just going to play. So I'm going to recruit this worker. Actually, maybe it's easier to do it like this. I'm going to recruit this worker for free. And since I'm not paying off any of the barbarians this turn, I'm just going to spend our 2 money that we do have on recruiting these guys. And then I think I'm just going to spend what I have here, these 3 cards. And I think we're just going to get a red worker, which is the fighter, a brick, and a shell, and a food. I think we're just going to have to eat losing a card and hope that we can catch up on doing that. So it's going to be, here's everything that we have right now. Got the shell, got the food, I have the brick, the red worker. These are all just going to get discarded. All right, so that's it for the turn. So again, we took our actions. Now we're going to return the barge if we had it. Now we're going to suffer attacks. And again, because I have this card right here, I only have to suffer 1 of these attacks. I get to basically block 1 of them every round, which is very key. I also could at any time trash this card permanently to get 4 villagers, but I don't see myself doing that until like the last game, unless, I don't know, I feel like I really need to do it. So basically, I get to block 1 of these, and instead of losing 2 villagers, I'm just going to lose 1 villager off the top here. So actually, yeah, right? No, I forget where they go. Place the top card from your ready pile to the townsfolk. Yeah, it goes up here, not into my pile. And then I refresh everything. So basically what's going to happen is they're going to slide down. this guy's gonna leave right here. We're gonna get a new barbarian. And then we're gonna fill these up. And yeah, that's all we're doing for the turn, I guess. All right. And I was not able to get this guy out or this guy out. Probably we would get this guy out right away if we could, because I don't have a way of getting lumber yet. So again, that's where the maybe taking the lumber would have been a better option, but we didn't do it. So all right, so now we're going to harvest. Again, just to reiterate, I basically do everything here. Plus now I get an extra worker from this right here. So this guy's going to come back to us. I'm going to get 2 workers this round. And then I'm going to get another shell, another food. And then I'm going to get a hand of 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, so we're already at the bottom of our pile here. So we do need to advance this, because if I have to draw any cards this turn, we are going to have problems. So the first thing we are going to do for sure is we're going to spend 2 laborers and 2 shells, and we are going to advance. Actually, nope, order matters in how we do this. We are going to recruit as many people as possible first. So we're going to recruit them for free. We're going to spend these 2 to recruit. And I might recruit again, because I don't think we are getting the workers we need. I probably should memorize what I guess I could just look, right? This is knowledge. Okay, yeah. I'm not at a point yet where I'm going to get the colored workers that I want to be able to go after the wall. So we're going to have to suffer the wall probably one more round. So I think I'm going to use this, and I'm going to get 2 food, and I'm going to use the 2 food to recruit 1 more worker. Okay. Now I have a hand of 3 guys. And then I'm going to cash in all these guys first. Black worker, which is a rider, an archer, and then another brick. Okay. Now we are going to pay the 2 laborers and the 2 shells right here to flip over that card and get its resources. I drop the labor on the floor. And the reason why that matters is because I will get a lumber, but I'm also going to have to discard a worker, which the number does not seem right. I feel like I should have 1 more. Why don't I have 1 more? Hold on. I recruited 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Something feels off. 8. Did I not have enough workers? I feel like 9. I feel like I should have had 1 more worker actually. Let me triple check my math here. I'm gonna have to undo this already. Hold on, I'm gonna have to pause. All right, so there's already a big asterisk on this game. I could restart, but I'm pretty sure I only gave myself 9 workers or 9 villagers to begin with. Let me just show you the math so you can kind of see what I'm talking about here. So let's count out 10 of these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Let's say these are the 10 that I started with. This leaves me with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But I recruited 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them, which means that I should have 1 more worker. Actually, hold on. Let me double check the math here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, plus 10. I should have 1 more villager in this discard pile. It felt like a little soon, to be honest. So we're just going to grab 1 from there. Big asterisk. Sorry about that. I don't know how that actually happened. This one's going to go away. And then now the next one that I'm going to have to lose from being attacked is what's going to advance the flood. So again, it doesn't really matter because the flood was going to advance either way, but it matters a tiny bit because, yeah. And then this just goes back in. All right. So now I have a lot more resources to deal with. We have the proper number of villagers. I have no more hand of villagers. So we are going to do probably what most people do, and we are going to build one of these. Now, since I already have the extra labor coming in, I am going to get the colored worker first, and I'm going to put this out, and I think I'm going to put it out on the extra provision. And then I need to pay a laborer, a wood, and a brick to do that. So now I have 2 bricks, And I've got 3 laborers, or 3 workers, or 3 worker meeples. I don't know what you actually call all of them. And then we're going to use one of them to get another provision. And then that's the best that I can do this turn. Now, the problem that we are having right now is very simple in that I don't have any of the things to bribe. Don't have lumber, don't have spearmen, and I don't have a way of changing any of my people to other people. So that is a little bit of an issue that we're dealing with. We're just going to deal with it for now and hope that we can beat it with this card that we have up here that prevents it. So we are just simply going to not do anything else for the round. So we took our actions, we're going to return the barge, and then we're going to suffer the attacks. And we're suffering 3 attacks. So we're going to have to get rid of 2 cards because we block 1. So still better than, you know, the alternative, but not a good thing one way or the other. How much we've had to lose this game. Had that been like shells or provisions or just a worker color that, you know, we ended up naturally getting, then you'd have 1 more worker in here. So, all right, so it gets shuffled. You get rid of 2 of them, and then that is it for the turn. All right. So then now we're simply going to move back to harvesting, and hopefully this is going to go faster now that we know what we're doing again. So we're going to get 2 laborers. We're going to get this guy back. We're going to get a shell. We're going to get a food. And then we're going to get... Oh, wait, no. What are we doing? Hold on. Totally forgot to do this step. So they're going to slide down 1. New barbarian. New villagers. And actually the wall stays where it is. Or at least this is one that we can pay off if we need to. But we want to go after that wall, but we just need the correct colors. All right, so we have our shell, our provision, our 2 laborers, and now we're going to look at our 4 cards and see if we're going to get a blue worker this turn. So we did not get a blue worker, but we do have access to a blue worker up here. So we have a shot. So for this last one, I think we're just going to take a blue, an archer, and then we'll talk about what we are going to attempt to do this turn. All right, so this is our hand. Really nothing super interesting. We can get a lot of provisions, some shells, another labor. We can get the wood, which will help us not lose a labor this turn, but we're not getting the extra blue that we need. But, all right, so now that we have everything that we need, let's talk about what we can do. So we have 1 blue worker, we have 1 red already, and we have 2 laborers in our hand right now. Oh, and the wave advanced when we had to reshuffle our hand. I am totally not on board or not on top of getting everything in the right order today, but it's fine. I don't think we've cheated yet. So we have this much. If we can get 1 more blue worker, we can take care of this wall and we can take care of this. And we also have 3 provisions. And all we need to do is, instead of recruiting this guy, we can dismiss them. That will give us a blue worker. So when we dismiss them, instead of bringing them into our hand, we just put them directly into the discard pile. So we're going to do that right now. We have everything that we need to take care of that problem up there. So I would have liked to get rid of that wall a little bit sooner. I don't know if the wall is coming back again, but we're going to find out because it's probably going to have us read some stories. So first things first, we're going to get 2 shells and a lumber. That's another lumber we're getting as well. That's pretty good because then we can bribe this guy again this turn. And then also we get to read Sanctuary 6. Maybe we'll get something good out of this today. And also hopefully I can read today. I feel like last time I tried reading, it did not go very well, but let's see. All right, let's find 6. All right, right here. All right. I did not want to be right, but with wisdom comes the ability to foretell heartbreak. And once more, I stand before the fortress. This time is different as I watch the spark of the rage rise into the smoky air, mixing with the cheers from the people around me. I placed 1 hand on Boyu's shoulder. His work was good, as always is. When he came at this... Why can't I read? When we came at this fortress again, they did not expect us to breach the south wall. The surprise was effective, and once the enemy was squashed, we made sure that none would reside here for a long time. The scorched earth will stand as a testament to our conviction. Nothing will stand in the way of our great work. File the destroyed fortress in the box under history. So this is going to go away. In one of the following rewards, construct one building for free. Discard any one barbarian card above the board without gaining its reward, or draw 3 townsfolk's card into your hand from the townsfolk draw pile. I think we're gonna probably get a free building. I think that would be the best. Let's take a quick look here. If we do this, we can then take care of our other barbarian problems. I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get a free building. I don't know if that was the right answer. Maybe drawing 3 to our hand would have been a better idea. I don't know, because that would also help us solve our other issue, but this kind of also gets us extra colored workers, so a little bit earlier, so that's what we're going to do. So we get to build it, and this is also 5 resources, so it feels like it's a better trade-off. Yeah, we're going to build this for free. It's going to give us a shell. You can let me know if... Oh no, we have another story to read when we do this. So maybe bad things will start happening. Let me know if you would have built a building for free or not. All right, so we're back to this. All right, gotta get used to this angle. All right, even as we make room for more workers, the space is quickly filling. Just today, I met a craftswoman from Yangchang. The clay she is sculpting is exquisite. I feel her skills are wasted on making rice bowls and jars, but the flood is a beast that respects no work and no one. File the constructed hut card in the box under history. Find card 11 in the story deck and place it face down on top of your ready pile. What is my ready pile? All right, well, looking at the card, the ready pile is this one. I won't reveal what I drew. You'll see it soon, but it did give me, so good news all the way around. We ended up getting an extra villager, and we ended up getting a building out. Now we also have a spot to get a villager out again. This is going to go... Does this go away? I think this goes away. Yeah, this card goes in our history. Now we have a better villager that we'll see shortly. This guy can go over here into our discard. And then we still have our hand of stuff to play here. And we are going to do the following. We are simply going to play this card down under our newly built village spots, and yeah, that's going to help us out a lot. I think I feel pretty good about our current situation. And then now I have options. So first I'm going to simply just play all 3 of these cards, and I'm just going to get the things that they give us. So we're going to get a laborer, we're going to get a lumber, and labor, lumber, and 2 provisions, and these are all just going to go into our discard. Then, what are we going to do next? We have a bunch of shells that we can trade in for things. I can't get any more buildings out yet, but now I only have to worry about taking damage from one of these 2 things. So I can either get rid of a lumber, or I can get rid of a blue, and I can actually just get it now. Or I can actually get rid of another barbarian, which might be something that we do. I think that's what we're going to do. Because I think we have everything. No, do we have everything that we need? No, we're missing a provision. No, we have the provisions. Okay. This is what we're going to do. We got provision. We're going to use a worker. We don't have another worker, though. We don't have any extra ways to get the additional worker that we need. I need a provision. Do any of these guys give an extra provision? No. Some of them gave extra workers. All right. We're going to do the following. This guy, oh, he's a meat. We want to keep the meat. All right. This guy who gives us 2 provisions. When we got rid of him, we're actually gonna get rid of him to get an extra worker to solve this problem. I don't like doing it, but I think we got enough stuff that we can do that once. We're gonna get a worker for an extra provision. Then we are going to use another worker to get a rider. And then now we have the rider, and the archer. And that's going to simply let us go after this guy. Kind of expensive. That's okay. We're going to get 2 shells and a brick. And he's going to go away. And then now we can just use our defense card to stop him, and we don't have to worry about him. And we kind of caught up on barbarians a little bit. That feels good. Feels, you know, I wish I could have recruited these guys, but now we can start. Actually, we can actually still recruit too. I'm going to spend 4 shells and I'm going to grab these guys, basically converting them into food. I forgot that I can do that. And actually, you know what? Because I could have done that, I'm going to take this guy back. We're not going to get rid of him for that. We're just going to spend 2 more shells to get the provision that I needed. Do I want to do that? No, actually, we'll just commit to what we did. We did it already. We'll just commit to it. I now have 2 lumber. I have 3 brick. I have 2 shells. And that is it for the round. So they're going to attack us. We soak this 1 damage. We don't have to pay the lumber. And actually, I don't know what happens. Do they just slide down this way? I got to double check how that works. I do. I have to slide them down. And then they're going to slide down here. So we took care of the wall. It's great. And I think there's no more wall on future rounds. So we kind of evened out our game state there. We still got to take care of this before the end of the game. We can't win while that's out. So that's going to be something that we're going to have to deal with. But we've reset the board. We've got a lot of cards left. We can now go on a recruiting spree. This feels a lot more like the first game. We are now going to grab all the things that we need. So we're getting 2 laborers. 1, 2. We're getting 2 shells and 2 food. These guys are going to come back. And then we can decide what color we want right now. So let's see what color would be in our best interest to start going for. Both of them are kind of annoying. Yellow is in both of them. So I guess let's just grab a yellow and then we can pivot to what we need later on. And then that's it. That is it for our starting position. So we're going to move these off the board. And then now we're going to grab our 4 villagers. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5. We still have 5 cards left. So we can do another whole round of recruiting before we advance this. So let's see what we can do with the cards that we have. This is our hand. This is the new person that we got. She gives us 2 brick, very strong. And if we get rid of her from our hand, we can get a worker of any type, which is also pretty strong. And she counts as a pot or milk. We do need to start trying to get a fish dude or person so that we can start dealing with this. I don't know how soon we want to do that, but we do want to start paying attention to that. And we can't tuck anything, we can't build anything right now, so we're just going to get all the resources. Now we have a lot of brick. We've got 5 brick, so we're never going to passively get bricks, so there's that. And then we're going to get 1 of each color: yellow, red, and black. Red, yellow, and black. All right. We have a lot of workers to do a lot of different things with. Assuming that I'm not cheating. I don't think I am. It feels like I have way more resources than I did last time, so maybe I am cheating. I don't know. I'm probably not though, but it feels like I am. All right. So I think we're going to just simply do what we usually do. I think we're going to... I kind of want to just get rid of him to get the extra worker now, just to get ahead on workers, but we're going to recruit. So we're going to recruit for free. We only have 2 food right now, so we have to keep that in the back of our mind if we want to deal with these guys. This round, we still need to generate a lot of food. Food is still an issue. It's like all of our food every turn. We do get the shells, which are helpful, but they don't solve all of our problems. We have a lot of bricks. Maybe we just sacrifice a brick to the brick gods and soak that up. We'll let them slide down so that we can get rid of them for a little bit cheaper, and instead use our food to recruit them. I think that's a smarter move. And then I think we're going to use all of our shells, 4 shells, to recruit this person. And then we're just going to use 2 workers to get another food. And we're going to get another worker of our choice, which I guess we'll get a blue one so that we can start tackling the lumber person when they come down the row. And yeah, that is it for this turn. Now again, we have 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we are going to have to grab this next round, which is going to start accelerating the game against us. Hopefully we've prepared better than we did last game. So they are going to attack. We're going to pay the brick to them, and we're going to ignore this one because of, again, this card that we have that lets us ignore 1 every round, assuming I'm playing that correctly, which I believe I am. And then we are simply going to slide this person down. They're going to slide down. We're going to get another barbarian out. It's another brick barbarian, so that's kind of interesting considering all the brick that we have. We're going to end up spending it bribing people, most likely. 3 more villagers are coming out. 1, 2, 3. You're almost out of villagers up top. Then we're going to start a new round. Same thing, we're going to get, these guys are going to come back. Basically getting 2 of everything. 2 workers, 2 food, 2 shells, and then 2 workers, 2 shells, 2 food, and then I get to choose something of any color. We're going to choose blue, and we're going to move them over here because we're going to use them probably right away. Now I just have to figure out the order of how I want to do this. I guess let's look at our cards first. We get 4 of them as well. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Got 1 more left in the pile. So this is who we have right now. We're getting a lot. We're getting a lot of different workers. Black and another brick. So I think we're just gonna get rid of them all to get what they give us. We'll put it all to good use. All right, and yeah, so that all goes into our resource pile. So now we got to choose the order. Do we want to do this first, or do we want to do this guy first? I guess let's take care of this first. So that's going to take 2 laborers and 2 shells. So we're going to pay that right now. And then this comes off. We have to get rid of a villager. Oh, we got rid of our food villager. That makes me sad. I like that villager. I like getting the extra food. We do get another brick and a lumber back. So we have a lot of brick and lumber from these cards. This goes away back in the box. Then now we can focus on other stuff. So now we're going to start seeing 2 barbarians every turn. So we're going to have to start paying attention to that. Actually, I just realized if I get rid of this guy this turn, I'm going to have to draw a card, which is, I guess it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter if I advance it early now because this is already removed. But had I done that first, it could have mattered. I guess it would have mattered either way. All right, so we're going to pay the 2 spearmen, the archer, and the 2 food, not 3 food. Why we waited to make the food cost less. They're going to go away, and we're going to get a shell. And then we get to draw a card from the top of our ready pile. So that one's the ready pile. So I have to shuffle. I might put 1 more hut out. I don't remember what this gets us, but I think this gets us resources, right? Yeah. I might put 1 more hut out so we can tuck whoever this is. You just start getting more resources, like if it's a food guy, but it really depends on who I draw. But also, I should probably count. Oh, you know what? Order matters. Hold on. Order matters before we do this. I was going to recruit them. I have 2 more food to recruit. Whoops. Recruit. I always got to remember to do this first. And then I have 2 more shells and a food, so we're going to recruit this guy too. So again, if you're watching at home, always recruit first, because then they go into the discard, and then when you shuffle, you even have more cards. Very important to do that. So I have no shells and I have no food right now, which I don't think will be a problem, but it feels like it could be a problem. I feel like these need to really be shuffled. I probably should be doing like a table pile shuffle, but fine. So they're going to go here. I'm going to have to draw 1 because of the barbarian. All right, I don't love this power, so we're not going to tuck. We're not going to do this building. Instead, we're just going to put them down to get a labor. So hopefully one of the next cards that we get will be worth tucking. All right. So yeah, I don't have food, so I'm just going to have to bribe one of those guys up there. I could put an outpost out. Actually, you know what? I could put this out too. Maybe this is probably the better play to get extra workers, and then we'll start doing outposts maybe. Because we can actually get this out next turn, I think, as well, to get this hut out. So let's do that. We're going to put this out. We're going to pay the 1 worker, 1 brick, 1 lumber, since we got it. And, you know, I almost want to get that out for the extra food. I keep changing what I want to do. Yeah, we're going to do that. That's going to give us another color worker of any color that we want. I guess we're just going to get another red because that is the next barbarian in the lineup that we are going to be taking out, most likely. And then we are going to get a food and a worker of our choice, which will be a yellow, I guess. And we're gonna have to bribe one of these guys when they attack, and that is all I can do for the turn, I think. So that is it for the turn. Again, as a reminder, we did our harvest, we took actions, the barge goes back out. We did forget to move up the wave when we shuffled, so we're doing that now. We're gonna suffer attacks. So we're gonna bribe this guy, and we're gonna ignore this one because of our power. Hopefully that power stays out forever. I don't know, I feel like something's gonna take that power away though. I don't know what will. Again, never played this campaign, so I don't know what to expect. And then that is it. We're gonna refresh the card row. Now we're spawning 2, so these guys move down. And then we're gonna do villager, villager, then we have to shuffle this pile. We don't have a lot of villagers here. We have like maybe 6. We can get to that point where maybe we have more villagers and we only have a few that we shuffle back in. So getting the right ones out, pretty pivotal, I think. Then we're gonna do our, now we're getting 1, 2, 3 laborers. These 2 guys are gonna come back. We're getting 1, 2 shells. We're gonna get 2 food. And then I have to decide if I want to get an outpost out or if I want to get a hut out. I do like the outposts too, but yeah, I gotta make some decisions there. But I think that's all the resources I get. So let's take a back seat to the hands. 1, 2, 3. Now we're getting an ungodly amount of lumber. So let's look at these the bottoms. I don't want brick and shell. I don't want red workers. I don't want yellow workers. So yeah, I think that kind of is going to determine what building we get out next. I think we're just going to get all these resources now. We're going to get our 3 lumber. Actually, you know what? Before we do any of this, let's look and see what we have to bribe and what we got to deal with, because that might determine what we do next, actually. All right, so we only have 3 food, and we're not getting any extra food from our hand. Okay, so that's an issue, which makes me kind of want to get this food out, or tuck one of these characters that can give us food and shells. I think that would be a nice engine, since we can trade shells for pretty much anything. I do think we're gonna do this first. I think we're just gonna the next river space, and we'll worry about what that means after. So it's gonna be 3 workers and a shell, and we have to get rid of 2 cards. So we're getting rid of, oh no, we're getting rid of exactly what I was hoping to tuck, potentially. So they're going away, but we do get another brick and another lumber. We are a lot of resources at the moment, and this goes back in the box. So now we can start getting workers of any color by trading in food. We can also get another food by getting another building out. So what do we want to do here? We have 4, let's look up here. We've got 4 red, 3 blue, a black, and a yellow. Now again, it doesn't really matter what I do because eventually you'll see all the colors, but I don't currently have a lot of blue. So I think what we're gonna do is we are going to get an outpost out and start building up our shell economy, I guess. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna go with the archer, no, the spearman. We're gonna get a food, and that's going to cost us all of our lumber and a... All right, so my dream of getting my extra resources out, not happening yet, but that might swing things to me wanting to get a worker out instead to start using the outposts. So I don't know, but that does mean that we can now take care of some stuff here. Let's see, what do we want to do? So I guess let's just get all our resources now. I don't think we're trashing any of these guys for extra resources. We're gonna get all of our lumber back. We just spent 1, 2, 3, and then we're gonna get a laborer, and we're gonna get a rider. And then I think, why did that happen? Going on. There we go. All right. Okay. So let's just take things out in order, I guess. Yellow. That covers this guy right here. And we're gonna get 3 shells. Got 3 shells. Then yellow. We have 1 yellow, We can now use laborers as blues, but we're still missing a blue, but we can just do this. Get a blue this way. And then that's going to give us that we're going to be able to take that person out, right? 2 foods and everything we need. So they're going to go away. Now it's going to give us back a worker and a shell. All right. So now we're back on the food plan. So we're just going to get food here. Probably trade in all these shells for food. Food. And then we are going to take one of the lumbers that we got back. And we're going to bribe that guy. And then we're just going to soak up the damage from that one. And then we're going to recruit. And then we're going to pay 2 food to recruit them. And then now we are plus 1 food this turn, which is good. We need the extra food. We are at an extra red worker here, which I didn't notice. Probably should create some sort of like mats to like organize these things. That would make the most sense, I think. Maybe I'll do that at some point. All right, there we go. Everything is organized. Okay, didn't have to organize that. All right, so that's everything that I'm going to do for this turn. We are going to slide them down. We're going to bribe this with the lumber. We're going to get 2 more barbarians out. We're going to get 3 more villagers out. Barge is going to go back. And again, I always feel like I've cheated, but I still have a whole nother wave to go forward. I think I've only shuffled twice. So it's one of these things that now I feel like I have to go back in time and like rewatch and make sure that I haven't cheated. Because I'm going to be here for a while, cycling through all these villagers. There are 4 villagers, because I still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I might be able to get to a point where I can just kind of advance it. But I don't know how soon I should do that. All right, so we got to get all our stuff again. These guys come back. Get 1, 2, 3. 3 workers. We're going to get 3 shells now because we get 1 from here, 1 from here, and then now we get 1 from this outpost. And then we still get our 2 food. So what are we going to do with our turn? This is what we got for a hand. Again, I don't think we're going to do anything special. I think we're just going to get our resources from them. So 1, 2, 3. Dump them. Let's get all of our recruiting done now. 1, 2, 3. That's our 3 food. Let's hope I don't regret that. I probably needed the food actually for the barbarians, but that's okay. We have shells and we're getting a lot more shells back from what we're about to do. All right, so now I can use whites as blues, but I also have a blue. So we'll just use 1 blue as a blue and then a black. And I need 2 food. I have this. I'm going to spend 2 shells for 1 food. And then I'm going to put a worker out, get an additional food. And that's going to take care of this guy. That's going to give us back 3 shells, which we now have 4 shells, which means that now we can also take care of this guy right here. And the way we're going to do that is we have a red guy. We can use a white for blue because of our outpost. And then we still have this get a free worker of any color. So we're just going to get another red one. And then we have these 4 shells that we're going to trade in for food. To save time, we're just going to put it in the box and say we did it, which then gets us back 2 shells and then also a brick. And then we got to look and see what we want to barter with. I think we're probably just going to barter with the lumber for now. And at some point we should just make a move for this, I think. Because I feel like we are going to... Oh yeah, I didn't even realize it tells you what's under there, so you don't have to look. I never even noticed that this whole time. So I think at some point we should just make a move for this because we have a lot of resources. I mean, I think delaying will get us ahead. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 2 rounds of delaying. It will get us ahead. Let's just delay. Let's just play it smart. Let's not lose. I just hate how long it takes. That's the only part I don't like about this. So anyway, we're not doing anything else for the turn. We are going to bribe them, not take any damage. 2 more barbarians are going to come out. And then these guys come out right like this. And now we only have 2 cards left in our discard. Only 2 here, so there's only 5 total. So we kind of have a strong idea of what cards are in there. So we're going to have to start cycling some of them by just discarding them. Probably going to be this one right here. I think every time we're just going to get the additional food because that's going to help us like take care of more barbarians as we go. And yeah, we're going to then just get all of our resources. So 1, 2, 3, 4. They come back. We are actually out of white laborers now, so that's an issue. We're gonna have to figure that one out. Maybe start trading them in for something. We get 3 shells. We have 2 food. Only 2 food right now, and we have our 4 cards. No, we get a worker of any color. So I think we're gonna get yellow because there's a lot of yellows out there waiting for us. And let's look at our hand. So food, yellow, yellow. So the 2 yellows are perfect. Let's just get those right now. I feel like I want to discard this person to potentially just get the 3 food right now. I think that's what we're going to do. Yeah. We're going to discard them right now to get 3 food. This food is our biggest bottleneck. This will get us ahead a little bit on food. And then we're going to get another food and a shell from this one. Food and shell. Okay. So now we have this big pile of food. So as usual, we're going to recruit, and then we're going to dump this guy into there to get 2 more food. And then we will spend 1 food to recruit this person. Now there's only 4 villagers in the discard. We can get the last one that we need out in the next cycle, and then we can keep the food guy up there to keep cycling out. All right, so now do we have enough to take care of the barbarians we want to take care of? Potentially we do. So 1, 2, we need a red. We'll do that. And that requires 2. And then this one is yellow, yellow, red. And I don't have the red that I need. You know what? Maybe we're just going to jump ahead and take care of this guy instead. And we'll just leave this person out for a round. So we're just going to do 3 of any color. And we might as well do 3 white workers because we are going to... Actually, no, that's a bad idea. We'll do 1 black. Yeah, we'll do 2 and 1 black. I think we'll do it like that. And that's going to require 3 food to do. That's all the payment stuff up there. I'm just putting it up there to just map it out. Well, let's do it in order. This one's going to go away, and we're going to get a shell and a worker back. This one's going to go away, and we're going to get a card off of the draw pile up here. So we're going to have to shuffle them, see which one we get. Maybe we'll get the food one again. And we did not. We got the lumber one. So we will just dump them down here for now and get the lumber. And then that's everything. Everything that we get. Yeah. So then this is all going back to the box. All right. So now we've got 2 food surplus. We've got a lot of shells as a surplus. We could actually take care of that other person, I think. I think we're going to try it. You got yellow, yellow. We're going to trade in a worker and a food. Get a worker of any color. We're going to get a red. And then we need 2 foods, so we're just going to trade in 2 shells for a food. And then now we have this taken care of. They're going to go away. And what does that do for us? That does something. That gets us 3 shells back. Now we have an army of shells here. Probably just trade in 2 shells to get a food now because we're going to run out of shells from the supply soon. All right. So now we're going to wait to the next round. I mean, we can go a whole nother cycle and keep doing this to really build up our surplus if we want to. We're probably not going to do that, though. That will probably be really boring. That would be smart, but that would probably be really boring. But we will start this next round. So this is going to come down. We're going to get 2 more barbarians. We're actually out of villagers. I actually don't know what happens in this scenario. And honestly, I could have known this was going to happen, so I will just pretend like I got rid of them and get an extra thing. 'Cause I'm not really sure what happens I tried to look it up real quick. Maybe I add an extra barbarian in that case, but I should probably just always pay attention to the idea that there's a fixed number of people up there and I don't need to recruit all of them every turn. All right, so let's get our resources again. Oh, and we forgot to get an extra food. This guy could have gone here. And there's our extra food that we needed. Perfect. These guys come back. 3 laborers, 3 shells, 2 foods, and then 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. See what we got going on here. These are just all workers. Boom, 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 boom. We do have to start looking for fish. I did forget about that. We're gonna end up messing things up by forgetting to do that. We got a fish guy out of there, so I think what we're gonna do is the following. We are going to sacrifice this person for 2 workers. They're gonna go up here. And then we're gonna recruit the fish. We have a lot of wheat. Now we have a fish in our deck for sure. And then I think we're just gonna play all of these. Red, red, yellow for their workers. Red, red, yellow. All right. And then we are going to simply pay 2 food to put these guys immediately in for 3 food. We're up a food. And I don't know if I'm gonna pay 2 to sacrifice them for the lumber yet, but maybe we'll do that. I don't know. All right. So now we have to look and see. So we need yellow, yellow, blue, and 2 food. Get rid of this barbarian. Yellow, yellow, blue, 2 food. They don't move yet. I don't know why I'm moving them. All right, I think we just are going to do all this now. I should have looked at these guys first. None of them are the ones that I would want to throw under a hut. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna accelerate the game now. I think we're at that point. We're gonna pay the 3 workers and 2 shells to build this. And that's gonna give us a lumber and a brick. I feel like I'm doing it a little bit too early, but what are we gonna do? It does free up 2 spaces for us though. A lumber and a brick. And I gotta get rid of 2 guys, so they go away. Wave's gonna rush up. We're gonna shuffle our big deck here. Whoops, didn't have to get rid of another guy. Hopefully it's not a fish. No, it's one of these guys we want in our deck. Actually, no, it's not. But it's not. It is a fish. So I don't know how many fishes we have. I guess we could look. We have fishes. Okay, we have some fishes in there. So we do need to start taking care of that card before we forget. All right, so that is our current deck. I think we are simply just going to do the following. We're going to spend 3 wood, 1, 2, 3, a brick, and a worker to get out another outpost. And I think we're going to get the yellow, and we'll just get we'll get a black worker back, a rider. Got 4 riders now here. And then I think we're just going to build this as well. Gonna go nuts with buildings. The question is, do I want to build this or do I want to build this? I think we're going to build this. So what we're going to do, this is all going back in the box. Another lumber, another labor, 3 brick. We're going to get this out, and then that's our reward there. So maybe we'll get something good to tuck. I don't know. Did I pay for everything? 3 brick, labor, wood. Okay, so these are all the resources we just lost, putting all that out. But we do get a red worker. So all these bricks that we would hold hoarding go away. This goes away. This goes away. We get to draw from the top of our ready pile. We could be drawing more cards per turn and a shell, but we're not going to do that, unfortunately. We are instead going to just get 2 wood or 2 food. This food is good for us right now. This goes away. This goes back in the box. We unfortunately didn't get something good to tuck. I totally forgot. No, I put. Yeah, no, I did. Right? We're still in the turn. Yeah, this just came out. We haven't added barbarians yet. Okay. I don't know. For some reason, I feel like we forgot to refresh, but I don't know. It's late. It's late when I'm playing this. I don't know how my brain's working right now. All right, so we are going to try to get rid of another barbarian then with what we have. So we're going to use 3 and 3 to get rid of this. This will give us a worker back and another shell, leaving one barbarian out that we can ignore for now. And then let's get free things. We're gonna get, what do we need to get? So we have no wood right now. Let's get a wood because we will start needing to maybe build. No, I don't think I've ever built these huts. I don't even know what's underneath them. I should know what's underneath them, right? Is there not secret? It doesn't give you hints. These give you hints, but these don't give you hints. So I guess I'm supposed to memorize what's underneath here. I don't remember. But I'm going to take a wood because we're out of wood. I'm going to take a black because we have a lot of red. I'm going to take a wood because, or a food because food is always good. So now we have a lot of shells. And now we're getting behind on white workers again. So I don't know, maybe we're back to wanting something here that gives us a worker instead of food. I don't really know. But now we can trade 4 shells for a white worker. So maybe that's something that we consider doing. We don't need to do it yet. I do need to do some math. So 3 barbarians are coming out. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's going to be 3 guys left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We will pay the 2 food to recruit them now just so that we get a worker in there. And that's not a worker that I love to be out anyway. And all right, that's it for the turn. So we did our harvest. We took our actions. The boat's going to come back out. We're going to suffer attacks. We ignore the 1 attack that's out there. He's going to slide down. 3 barbarians are going to come out. We're going to shuffle. These guys got to get shuffled. And then we do our resources again. All right, so we're doing 3 laborers, 4 shells, 4. So we have all of the shells out of the box. We're gonna have to spend some of them this turn. 2 food, a worker of our choice. So we're gonna go with red again, I guess. And we're gonna go with black. And then we gotta get all of our cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. So all of these harvest abilities are not stuff that I'm hoping for. All right, so if I understand this game's rules, because I have these outposts out, blue and yellow can also be considered white. So actually, getting a guy like this out is actually not bad for me now. I don't know why I never thought about it that way, but I believe that's how it works. I mean, just look at the rulebook together real quick. It says outposts cost 1 labor. They provide you with additional crowley shells each harvest. They also allow you to treat workers as different color types. An example, you could treat white, red, and blue as a single color type. For example, you could use a blue worker to construct a building, or a blue and white workers to attack a barbarian that requires red workers. So yeah, I believe that's pretty good. And I don't think I ever really thought about the implication of that. So I think we are going to tuck, well, I could tuck either the blue or the yellow guy. They're both equally not good, but this one's a fish, so we're not going to tuck them. We're going to tuck the yellow guy, who is a meat, underneath here. So now, starting a return, I'll start getting yellows, and yellows counts as whites, which is going to then help with all this and all that. And then I have a fish, and we're just going to put the fish here. And then I have a meat, and we're going to put the meat here. And I get a crow, another shell, but I have all the shells in the game, so I got to spend them. So I'm going to spend 2 for food. And then I get a shell back. And then I'm just going to spend this one as a yellow because they count as everything. Well, not as everything. They count as blue and whites. So yeah, I don't know why I never thought that's how that works, but it's pretty strong in my opinion. So that's what we're going to do. All right, so first things first, we're going to do our recruiting. We have 2 guys here. So we are going to immediately discard them for a food. And we're going to immediately spend that food to discard this person for 2 brick. So they're going to end up coming back out. This one we're going to recruit into our deck because we don't want them constantly coming out. That leaves us with 4 cards up on the top here. I believe 2 of them are foods. One is the 2 brick one, and I don't know what the other one is. So that's a good place to be in. Now we need to start taking care of business with our barbarians so we don't lose. So first things first, yellow, yellow, black. Boom, boom, boom. And 2 foods. They're going to go away, and we're going to get a shell and a card from the top of our deck. And this is actually the wheat, so we're just going to immediately get rid of them to get rid of this and read a story. Because we're going to forget to do it, and it's going to be bad. Alright, so we're going to read 23. Alright, it's another long one. Our stores only just managed to get us through the winter, but every stomach is full and the workers are healthy enough to carry on our work. I have assigned more foragers to search wider for resources. We've come a long way to redeem the losses from the fire that swept through our camp, but there is still need for more. Each year the camp grows, as does the mouths to feed. With all the comings and goings, it's hard to find time to figure out just how the fire started. I've assigned Bo Yi, my faithful and dedicated assistant, to investigate. He seems to believe we are still losing food from the store and has made it his mission to solve the trouble for me. Still no sign of demon monkeys. File the completed food shortage card in the box under history. Place the townfolk cards that were on the food shortage card into the townfolk discard pile. Alright, so we just messed up our nice little engine we had up there, but it's okay. We'll fix it. Okay, this goes into the box. Find card 27 of the store deck and file it in the box under other setup cards. In future games, as with the previous food shortage cards, the new one will also need to be completed in order to win the next game. You will remain and play until you complete it. So 27. Oh, okay. So this one has a lot of story elements on it every time we put one out. So that's going to be kind of interesting. It's probably going to be bad, but who knows? But we don't deal with it this game, so we're not going to worry about it. All right, so we do have to worry about what's happening up here, though. All right, so next, red, red, black. And we need 2 shells to pay for our food, and we have a food. And then we have all the workers there, so they're going to go away, and that's going to give us back a worker and a... And then do we have enough food for this? We do. We have the workers. We also do. So 1 food, 2 food. We're going to get a food by... I don't think we used these this turn yet. We're going to get a food by putting a guy out there. And then we have the exact workers we need. So that's going to give us a food back. And then we have to draw another card. And we're just going to dump them for the red worker, or the red villager. What are they called? Workers? Yeah, they are called workers. I've been saying the right thing. So they go away. And I could take this out too. I have the food. I don't know if it's worth doing, but we don't need to do it because we can just ignore one. So we'll just ignore the one. We'll save our sanity a little bit here. It'll feel good to clean up house, but we're not going to do it because we don't need to yet. But now the question is, why is that happening? Okay, all right, so now the question is, do we want to go for this now? I guess we do, right? Well, yeah, we'll just do it. Hopefully we don't regret this as a decision. We might regret this as a decision. But we have all the laborers for this, and we have the 3 shells. So the boat's going to come off. We're going to grab this. We're going to lose 2 workers immediately. We got a huge stack of workers here still. And then we have to read... I feel like we've read 5 already. Didn't we do 5 already? Did I not put this back in the box before? I don't know. I feel like we did this before, but... No, this is 3. That's the problem. Is this a 5 or a 3? These numbers are really, really hard to tell the difference. Wait, what am I doing here? Like, it's a 5, but now I'm afraid I read 5 already before. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see if this looks familiar. In all that I have to deal with the grand task, I never thought that I'd be flooding homes myself. Earlier this morning, we released water into a canal we had been digging. It is a sight to see the water being sent on a course that we intended. A beast tamed. That has happened many times now, and every time it brings me joy and a new sense of hope that we can achieve what my father could not. This morning, however, brought not only the divine sense of accomplishment, but also a man, a hermit from the look of him. Seems that in the course of diverting the flood of waters, we have sent the river into the home and destroyed it. Thankfully, he was not home at the time and thus able to stand before us, but he is failing to see the benefit of this without a home to go back to. Perhaps I will talk to him about joining our camp. The tools he carries look well used, and I'm sure his strength could be better used than liberating poor Bowie. So file this canal history, find 4, and then find card 4 in the story deck and file it in the box under huts. Okay. Then 5 comes out. Okay. And then he's going to come out into our exhausted pile. So now we have another villager. More villagers are always good. And then with our current setup, both of these are wild, so they count as anything. We can now spend 2 food and 2 shells to actually get a villager into our deck, or into our hand, which could be useful. And we also right now could immediately get out a hut. And I think that's what we're going to do. So we can maybe tuck another power, maybe finally get another food and person, or maybe just get another worker. I don't know which would be better for us actually. So we're going to do that. We'll get a blue since we have none of them. And we have to read a story. So again, another story. Maybe this is good. Maybe this is bad. I don't know. 41. Flooding continues to displace whole villages. A father and his 2 sons, a hunter and farmer, arrived in the camp today. Father will be a great asset to the camp, and the 2 sons bring honor to their family. They are eager to help where they can and bring news of rise of raiders the news is concerning. File the constructed hut in the box under history. Okay. Find card 60 in the story deck and place it face up. Okay, so that was probably a good thing. Seems like that was a good thing. We'll make sure that this was the correct card. Card 60. Place it face up into your exhausted pile. So we got this guy. Another 2-bricker, and seems pretty good. All right, and then now we can get another card. So we're going to do that right now. So this power gets us another card, and we are going to tuck this card. I don't know if it solves our problem, but we're going to get more workers because we're going to need a lot of workers. Don't know if it's going to solve our, I don't know if we're going to be able to solve our food problem. Maybe the next building we actually get out is going to be this guy. And actually, can we afford that with what we have? We can. We can actually do that right now as well. We have the labor. We need a lumber. So actually, let's do this in the right order. Let's put a guy out to get something of any color. Let us get colors that we don't have a lot of. So let us get another black one. We got another black one. And then we need a lumber. And then we're going to do a lumber, a laborer, and a brick. We get out I think these are, I always forget which ones are which. They're farms, these are huts, these are outposts, I believe. And then maybe we can get ahead of our food shortage issue. All right, so all those guys are out. This is the most I think I've had out this entire... Mostly this was only possible because of that one story event that let us build for free. I feel like I'm in overkill mode right now, but let's see. Let's see what happens. I don't have to do anything with this, so we're just going to simply slide them down. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. We do have a lot more villagers left in the pile up here now because we had to get rid of so many. So we're going to shuffle these guys. We had a nice curated cycle going here, but what can you do? All right, and then that's it. We're going to get all this stuff now. So now we got to really kind of pay attention. So first, we're getting a worker, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 laborers. And we're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shells. No, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4 shells. We're getting 1, 2, 3 foods. We're going to get a yellow worker. Can't see it, but my head's in the way. But yeah, we're getting a yellow worker. And we still get our 4 cards. And then we also get a worker of any color. So the worker of any color we're going to choose right now is going to be red because we don't have any reds. Reds and blacks are still our weakest colors in terms of 1, 2, 3, 4, in terms of our flexibility. And then this is our hand. And we are just going to take all the resources. So we're going to do 2 labor, 3 wood. And honestly, I'm kind of considering getting rid of them for the extra, one of these guys for the extra worker. I don't think we need to do that yet. We still have a long way to go for the wave to catch up too. And honestly, I think in 1 or 2 rounds, we could probably just blitz this last river space and then just take care of enough barbarians where it doesn't matter. But I do have to be careful that I don't misjudge my resource situation. All right, so first things first, we're going to pay our 1 food to get this guy. We're going to trash him, and we're going to immediately get the 2nd food. And we're going to pay a food, get this guy, and recruit him. And then we are going to trash him, get a worker immediately. We are at 4 food right now, and we're going to go up the chain. We got our 4 foods. We're going to go after these guys. Blue, blue, black is this one. Blue, blue, red is this one. So this is all enough to pay for these 2, and it's going to give us 5 shells and a lumber back. We don't have 5 shells in the box, so I do need to convert 2 into a food. And these are our 5 shells, and then I get a wood as well. These guys all go away, and then I forgot to take them back, but I also get all these workers back too. So I technically have more workers to use here. And we are then going to get 2 more food from all these shells that we have. So food, 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 and food, 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 food. The black worker will get another black one. And then we need a yellow. This takes care of them, and it's going to give us 2 shells and a brick. Brick and 2 shells, which we're just going to convert into a food because we need the food. This all goes away. All right. So we have a lot of wood now. We got this many workers. Honestly, we could just do this and then we'll survive, right? That's the end of the game. We don't even need to do anything else. I forget how the end of the game works because this is only the 3rd game I've played and I lost the last one. How do we win? And the game ends when you either win or lose. You win the game if you successfully build all 6 canal sections and survive to the end of the current round. There are 3 different ways you can lose the game. So, right, I win? Is that how that works? Yeah, so unless I am misunderstanding how this game works, I just need a food and a worker to make a red worker. 3 shells. I build this, I get a brick, I lose 3 cards immediately. 1, 2, 3. Now I can trade bricks and lumber for shells if I need to. I can get a card from the top if I want to build something. And I guess because I can, why not, right? I could build this hut just because I can. So this, 1, 2, I need 1 more brick. Actually, you know what? I don't have the extra brick to do that, so never mind. All I need to do is survive the round. This guy's gonna come down 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 barbarians are gonna show up. I have 2 villager spaces left. So I think that's the end of the game. I don't think I have to do a whole nother round, correct? So if you're familiar with this game, do I win now or do I have to play another round? The way the wording is implied, the game ends when you either win or lose. You win the game if you successfully build all 6 canal sections and survive till the end of the current round. There are 3 different ways you can lose. So yeah, I believe I win. I don't think I have to survive a whole nother round. And if I did, I have a lot of resources. I probably could just get rid of 3 barbarians and survive. But because of that, I don't understand why this is here. Maybe later in the campaign, this is gonna like get longer or something, or there's gonna be another win condition where like the boat has to come back, and maybe that's why this is here. But currently, I don't understand why this last space. And I might have said this the first game too. Again, I played the first game like over a month ago. I took a little break in between because I was sick. So yeah, I think we win. So we're just gonna move on to our win card, and we're gonna see what happens next. So we got 46. Now I'm not gonna be able to pronounce names. I apologize. Beautiful Tushushanshi. What a year it has been. Each new day I get to witness my people working hard to make our land greater and protect it from the damages these floods caused. They put everything they have into this great work, and I'm so proud with all we've achieved. Yet, there is much more to be done. The floods continue to surge across our lands, and this beast of water seems to grow stronger and stronger. Unfortunately, it is not only my people that are working hard. Every day I send out scouts to keep an eye on the barbarians. Most days the reports are the same. More people have become unhappy with the Emperor and rebel against his works by joining the barbarians. It is concerning, but not surprising. Today, however, brought grave news. It seems craftsmen of renown have been defecting and putting their talents to making better equipment for the leaders of their bands of outlaws. The scouts reported new armor and weapons of great quality. I will have to short my own men if we are to prevail in the coming year. Think of me often as I think of you, my darling, for I am entering a dragon's pool and a tiger's den. File the revealed victory card in the box under history. Find cards 23 through 26 in the story deck and shuffle them into the barbarian draw pile for future games. These barbarians deal 2 damage each and cannot be bribed. Okay, so now the game just got way harder. That's fun. Got way easier, then it got way harder. I think that's what's going to keep happening over and over again. So 23 through 26. And hopefully they can get removed permanently. I don't know. Not being able to bribe does change our plans up quite a bit. So this one's got a story. These give rewards. They all seem to just now be one of each color. Now I look forward to losing a game. Maybe I'm going to be one of these players that wins a game, loses a game, wins a game, loses a game, wins a game, loses a game. I don't know. I don't know. These guys are all going to get shuffled. We need to make sure we shuffle them in very appropriately so that they get mixed in, so we don't pull them back to back to back to back. But yeah, that is it. That is game 3 of the Legacy of You. I will be back with game 4. I do not have a fortress to deal with anymore, so that's going to be pretty helpful. But I do have another card that I'm going to have to deal with. So yeah, a little dust or something right here. What is this? This was here the whole time. Okay, it's not coming off. There we go. All right, so that is it. That is the Legacy of You. If you have any questions, comments, you want to tell me what I played wrong, rules wrong, anything like that, let me know in the comments. I have a Discord you can come join. You can come say hi. I can be found all over the internet on my website, wakasm.com. You can email me. That's in the description. I'm on Blue Sky. I'm everywhere. I'm on Reddit. So feel free to reach out, whatever channel you would like to reach out. But the thing that would help me the most, leaving a comment on the YouTube channel, subscribing if you like any of this. Again, I want to say thank you to those that have been supporting me. I appreciate you and I see you. And other than that, I will see you next time. Thank you for watching. This has been the Legacy of You.